Hey everybody, and welcome to another Bee Book Reviews video. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different type of video, alright? This is definitely still a book tag, so it's about books. But I saw this video on Heather's channel, Bookables. She had seen this book tag from another YouTuber. Her name is Jenna. I can't remember the name of her channel, but I will find it and link both videos down below. This is the makeup book tag, and the way that I want to do it is kind of what Heather did. What she did is not only did she show you the books that correspond to the makeup questions, but she showed you the makeup as well. So I really like that because I love makeup, and since I don't actually have a makeup channel, I decided why not go ahead and talk about it at the same time so that I can get, my love for makeup out there. I am not an expert in the least. Anyways, that's the disclaimer. On to the video. So like the title says, there are 11 questions. Each question has basically a makeup and then a corresponding book question that goes with the makeup. So the first thing is primer. I am currently loving the Urban Decay Pore Perfecting Complexion Primer Potion, and I recently started using this one. I had always used drugstore primers before this, but this one is awesome. So the corresponding book question that goes with that is pick a book that left a lasting impression. And for that one, I chose Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This series in general, this entire trilogy was amazing, but this particular last book was like, I could not stop thinking about this book for months after I read it. And this series in general, not just this particular book, but this series in general, got me more into thinking about like writing style and like the actual wording and like the poetic way in which Laini Taylor writes is just so beautiful. And before that, I was never that into paying attention to those types of things, but when I read this, it definitely made me think of that. And now whenever I read any type of book and think about the writing style, it brings me back to thinking about this book because that's where I first noticed that. So yes, it did leave a lasting impression with me. Number 2 is foundation, and for foundation I go between so many different kinds, but for the most part I go between two, and I didn't want to show both of them, so one of them I use is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is in vanilla. And I just really like this because the color is exactly my color. Like when I tan, which I do tan on occasion, but it's like my type of tan, it's not like really tan. This shade really works for me, so in the summertime I wear this one a lot. Also, it's oil free and I have really bad acne problems, so this really helps me to reduce the oil on my face. I live in Florida, it's really freaking hot, and I don't want to have to deal with things melting and pores clogging. It's a big mess. The question for that one is to pick your favorite first book in a series. The book I chose for that is Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. All three of the books are amazing, but it definitely always starts with the first book, and just to have such a amazing first book that just kicks off the series like that. This is one of my all-time favorite series right now, like that I've read ever, and that is why it's in my opening video now. So yeah, I absolutely love this book. Number 3 is concealer, and for concealer I go drugstore, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in, I think this is 115 Fair, and I love this concealer. I have to have this. I probably have a good like 3 of these in backup just when I run out because I use this all the time. The question for that one is to pick a character you wish you could get rid of. So a character that I would like to get rid of. This is gonna get some hate, some agreeance. So this is my opinion, guys, before I show you the book. My opinion only. And that is Jem from the Infernal Devices series. I just thought he was not necessary. He was weak, he was whiny sometimes, and I just did not like him at all. And the fact that they tried to make that, the fact that she made that a love triangle, I absolutely hated, because Jem was never a contender in my books. So yeah, if I could get rid of Jem from this series, I would. Number 4 is powder. I love to bake my under eyes, so I use loose powder. This one is the CoverGirl Loose Powder 105, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I like to set my under eyes with this. I like to bake. I'll do my concealer and then bake and then do my eyebrows and stuff while it's baking and then, you know, powder it off. Absolutely love this one. Tried and true, and it's a drugstore brand. So, and the question for this is to pick your favorite last book in a series. And for that one, I've got to go back to Dreams of Gods and Monsters. This was an amazing ending to this series. Loved it, and yes, this will always be one of my favorite series. Last book was amazing. Number 5 is eyebrows. And for my eyebrows, I totally jumped on the bandwagon with this and got the Benefit Goof Proof eyebrow pencil, and I absolutely love it. It is the perfect shade. I like how it's pointed, and it has the spoolie on the other end. Love it. Use this absolutely every day. And the question that goes with that is a book that you think everyone should read. So I wanted to pick something obscure that not a lot of people, or at least I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, that I really like, but that is the Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher. This is the first book in the Cinder Spires series, and I highly enjoyed this book, and I barely ever see anybody talking about it. Also, just so you know, there's a character named Bridget in here, and she's awesome, and she has a talking cat that's like one of her best friends. So yeah, that just makes it even more better. Actually, I have lots of animals in my house. If you guys didn't know, I work at a pet store, so yeah, I have many animals, and I love them all. And I talk to them. Do I know what they're saying when they talk back to me? Sometimes. Sometimes I can translate. Yeah. Number 6 is eyeshadow. Oh my goodness, guys. My favorite eyeshadow right now is this palette that was a collaboration with a YouTuber, and that is the Violet Voss x Laura Lee eyeshadow palette. Absolutely loved it. I will link Laura Lee's channel down below because she's one of my favorite beauty gurus on YouTube, and this palette is gorgeous. Let me show you. I have been wearing this palette almost every day. Almost every day. The only days I don't wear it is when I get up too late and I'm rushing to go to work and I don't have time to do my eyes at all. But other than that, I am wearing this gorgeous palette every single day. Anyways, it's makeup, you know, wonderful. Buy it, it's $45. And the question for that is to pick a book that has your favorite colors on it. I have yet to read this series at all, but it's coming soon. It will be very soon. But I love the covers to this. And that is the Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is the last book in the Assassin's Apprentice, I think is what it's called. And I like this one in particular because of the green on it. Green and gold. Everything gold, but then green, like, as an actual, like, bright color other than gold is my favorite. So a combination of green and gold. Yes, please. Thank you. Gorgeous book. And the typography on this, just like everything about this book is beautiful. Okay. Number 7 is eyeliner, and that is the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D. I will probably never ever use anything else other than this one. And for that, the question is, pick a dark and mysterious book. Not sure what this was asking for. I don't know if it was asking for like a dark themed book or just like a mysterious book you have no idea what it's about. So I decided to go the route mysterious book I have no idea what it's about, and that would be The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I have about 3 or 4 Neil Gaiman books on my shelf, and they're all this like matching cover, just different colors, and I have no idea what any of them are about. And this just looks mysterious and dark because it's about a graveyard of some kind for some reason. Who knows? I don't know. That's what makes it so mysterious. Number 8 is mascara, which Bridget can't live without. So I have currently, I don't have an all-time favorite. I go between like about 5 different kinds, but the one I'm currently using is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. I just purchased this, so it's brand new. I love when it's brand new because, you know, once you can start telling when mascara starts getting old. It starts getting clumpy and dry and it doesn't brush through your eyes just really correctly at all. And the question that goes with this is to pick a long book. And for that, I went with The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. The UK thought it was so long that they needed to split it up into 2 books. Super, super long. I think the American covers are over 1,000 pages, and it's super long. Would I call it my favorite book? Probably not. But it was still a very good book. Number 9 is Blush, and for that, my tried and true is the Milani Rose Baked Blushes. This is number 1 in Romantic Rose. It's beautiful though. I'm wearing it today. And for that, it's to pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. Now, I didn't know what they meant by cringe-worthy, like romance that I didn't like, or just really sappy romance, because as you all may know, Bridget likes romance, but I don't like too much romance, and even if a book is really good, if it has too much romance, even if I like the characters together, I find that cringeworthy. To me, maybe not cringe, I wouldn't say cringeworthy though. So I picked a book that has romance in it that I just thought maybe had a little bit too much romance, you know what I'm saying? And for that I chose The Dragons of Dorcastle by Jack Campbell. This is the first book in the Pillars of Reality series. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know that I was absolutely in love with this book series. When it first came out, it was only on Audible. It was an Audible exclusive, and I listened to the first 3 or 4 books and then went to a convention last year and met Jack Campbell. So I met him and he signed it, and I loved this book. The only problem I had with it was the romance. I love the romance between the 2 main characters. Elaine and Marie, I love them. They're some of my favorite characters. It's just that the way that they're portrayed is Elaine is a mage, and in this world, mages they're raised to not have feelings of any kind, so he's kind of like robotic at first. Marie slowly teaches him to have feelings, and I just think that's a little bit too sappy, because he's like, what is this feeling I'm having? What do you call it? Love, what is that? I have issues with that type of thing. I don't know. I still really liked this series, really liked the characters. The audiobooks are amazing, by the way. Number 10 is Highlighter, and for that, I always wear my Becca. This one's in Champagne Pop, but I do own about 3 others. But yeah, it's a beautiful, I mean, if you're into makeup, you know Champagne Pop. It's like gorgeous. I'm wearing it right now. And for that, it's to pick a book that brightened your day. I was hella surprised at how much I highly enjoyed this book, even with all the romance in it. Romance is a big part of this, and I do on occasion get in the mood to read a romance. And I think I was in the mood to read this because I flew through this. So yeah, this definitely brightened my day. And last but not least is lipstick. And I absolutely love the Too Faced Melted Lipsticks. Now, there are newer ones that just came out. They're like the Melted Mattes. My sister has been crazy about them. I have my regular original Melted Mattes. This one is in Chihuahua, and it is my favorite. I'm wearing it right now, and it is just like a pretty nude color. And the question that goes with this final and last question, what is your favorite book kiss? And for that, I have to go back to this. There was so much sexual tension in this book that when they finally, their first kiss was not in this book, okay? It was in the last book. However, their first real kiss, when that happened, girl, yeah. That's all I have to say. Favorite kiss. This book right here. It's good. So that is it, guys. I had so much fun. If you didn't really care for the makeup part, that's okay, because there's books involved, and I had a lot of fun talking about makeup. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys later.